Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? So it's been a while since I've done a video. Well, not too long, a little bit over a week. My name is Susan Ouellette. I am Whispering Angel Healing, where you hear the royal, raw truth. So I hope everyone's doing good. I've been doing really crazy things in my life, and I think a lot of us are going through a trajectory right now of craziness, right? But one of the things that I'm realizing is that a lot of the divine masculines are waking up to their truths, right? And realizing that, that if they want to be with their divine feminine, they need to step up, right? They need to realize that, you can't push somebody away and push somebody away and push somebody away and then expect them to come back whenever you feel fit, right? It doesn't work that way. I've been going through some stuff for many, many years with, different things. And, it's like when you finally take your power back and you feel like you're going down the right road, all of a sudden something smacks you in the face. Maybe that's you, right? So I don't know, but you know what? Life is way too short. And in my opinion, everything that I do, whenever I do anything, a reading or talk to anyone at my clinic in Sturbridge, Mass, I'm called Susanity, or, with my books, messages from your inner child that are on Amazon, anything that I do is meant to collectively help you heal, help you wake up, right? So I'm drawn to do a reading today for Divine Masculine, for a message from Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, because I feel like a lot of us feminines are now, we're done. We're done taking the crap. We're done allowing these men to feel like that it's okay to come in and out, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because it's not okay, right? We deserve so much better. And we're realizing that we deserve so much better. And it's interesting when, as a woman, female, whatever, you take your power back, how much you actually feel authentically yourself, and you don't take any crap from anybody anymore, right? So I just had to pull a few cards from Hidden Truth Oracle, which is by, I don't even know who this is by, actually. I have my contacts in, so I can barely read it. All Things Intuitive, the Hidden Truth Oracle, which I love these cards, right? And I got these cards. I'm going to put them out. So I lost myself for a little while. I left when I saw you with someone. So I don't know if this was somebody that you dated or that you put in your life and you split up or something, and you were out on a date or out with somebody, whether it was a friend or not, and this person wasn't supposed to be where you were, and that person saw you and then left because they saw you with someone else. I know that I crossed the line with you. That means this person is well aware of the fact that they screwed up big time, and that, and that they, that they screwed up, right? I want to feel that way again. This card, I think, is about the fact that, let's face it, if you understand what divine masculine, divine feminine means, then you know that there's a person that's been in your life, maybe not once, maybe not twice, maybe 3 times, that there's no way that anyone can ever replace them. When you meet your counterpart and you meet the person that was chosen by God for you, and you make the decision to hurt that person or move away from that person or choose somebody else over that person, thinking that you're going to find that same person in somebody else, it doesn't happen. Okay? When God chooses somebody for you, believe me, he didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, I think I'll choose that person. No, collectively, he knows. And it could be because you both have some healing to do and you can help each other heal. It could be because, it's time for you to awaken to the truth of who you are. And that person who unconditionally loves you shows you what it's like to be unconditionally loved. And you have no idea what to do with it. And I think that's what happens a lot with divine masculines, because most men, right, have been told their whole life, you can't cry. Men don't cry. Men don't show emotion. If they're abused in any way, shape, or form, grin and bear it, because, you're a man. You should be able to take it. No, that's not how it works at all, And I think this person knew who you were and knew that you were their person, but because they wasn't, because they were not used to that love that you were giving them, they didn't know what to do with it, and they ran. That's what they do. They run, and then they run to a karmic, and they believe that karmic is you, and they think that it's you, and that karmic will pretend that they're you, and that they're spiritual, and that that they're gifted, and that they know, but the reality is that they're not. And eventually the truth comes out, and then it's up to the divine masculine to make a decision if they want to go back and fight for the love that they deserve, or to allow that toxic karmic drama person to continually hurt them over and over and over again, because that's what they do. Because a karmic is someone that is trying to teach them a lesson. And a lot of times the lesson is because of something that they did to their counterpart. Because karma's real. Karma's real. And it hurts sometimes, until you figure out why. The why, right? The why. What's the why for that? What's the why for, why does this keep happening to me? How come I can't find somebody, or whatever? And the truth is, whatever is meant for you is going to be for you, whether it takes now 6 months, a year, as long as you use discernment, and as long as you live within yourself, and you live knowing that unconditional love means you cannot expect an outcome. You just can't. And this next card that came out is, you came closer than anyone. That makes sense too. So they let you in. That's why this card came up. I want to feel that way again. They hurt you, so they know they crossed the line with you. And the next card that came up is, it's time for me to heal now. It's a very powerful card. The reason why this is so powerful is because your counterpart has to understand that in order for them to be able to be with you as a divine feminine, they have to do the work too, right? And when they're with a karmic, or they're with a toxic, they don't have to do the work. Nope. They can just slide by and do whatever they want and not think about the consequences, because that karmic is going to do whatever they want to keep them stuck exactly where they are, whether that's with alcohol or drugs or sex or whatever. I don't even materialistic things. It doesn't matter. They're going to pretend that they're exactly what your divine masculine wants, because that's how they keep them stuck. That's how they don't grow. I let somebody go because I knew that person had growing to do. I love that person, and I always will. But I couldn't be a part of that anymore, because then that person wouldn't have realized who he was, who she was, who they were, whatever, right? So you have to let somebody go for them to grow, and then it's their choice. And if they choose to be with someone that's karmic and someone that's toxic, it means they haven't learned the lessons. And if you've learned the lessons, then you need to be with someone that has learned the lessons too. You should never second guess yourself, and you should never, ever allow yourself to be second choice or an option to anybody. Mm-mm. No way. No way. Let's get some tarot on this. So everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's at least gonna haven't had a good week. I mean, it's Friday. Woohoo, Friday! I just went and took my son, who's starting college in a few weeks, to get some clothes for school. Crazy. Crazy how fast they grow, you know. People tell you all the time, oh, it goes by so fast. But you don't think it does, right? But it does. Life is a big bowl of fruity pebbles that is like a journey all the time, right? It's like you know, when you make cereal and the milk, you wait and you're eating your cereal and you try to eat it as fast as you can because you don't want the cereal to get soggy. And so you eat as quick as you can because you don't want to eat cereal that's soggy. That's kind of like life, right? So you meet someone and you think they're your counterpart, you think you're your person, and they show you a sign and you go, nah, I'm not going to pay attention to that sign. And they show you another sign and you say, nah, I'm not going to pay attention to that sign. And then they show you another sign. And I don't know how many times it happens that you're not paying attention to those signs. But there comes a point where the signs are so big that the universe goes, yeah, you're not listening to those signs, so I'm going to give you some signs. And then they do. And then that's when you get hurt. Ask yourself how many times you've been in a relationship with somebody and you knew that that person was not for you. And no matter how many times it was thrown in your face that they weren't for you, you're still like, no, I can trust that person. They're not going to hurt me. And then they do. And then you're the broken one, right? So let's see. So you got Seven of Cups, Strength card. You got, so you made Major Arcana. You got the Strength card. I love this card. You got the Strength card. You got Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. You got the Death card, Page of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. I love this Six of Cups. I love these cards. These are Arcanum Tarot. I love these cards. This is how it looks. That's the Lover's card. These are the coolest cards ever. That's what they look like on the back. Cool, huh? So the Seven of Cups is under I lost myself for a while. The Strength card is I left when I saw you with someone. The Eight of Swords. The Death card is I want to feel that way again. The Page of Pentacles is you came closer than anyone. And then we got the Six of Cups. It's time for healing now. So this person is definitely awakening to more spirituality, more life than they understood, right? So I lost myself for a while. The Seven of Cups. I think that they're learning what it means to be a counterpart. You know, to be part of the 5D, 4D, 5D, right? 5D is pretty deep. So 4D, 3D is Earth. 4D is when you finally figure out, like, wait, there's more to this Earth and just physical stuff, right? And that's when you learn about crystals, and you learn about cards, and you learn about Reiki, and you learn about massage, and you learn about yoga, and you learn about acupuncture, and you learn about what it means to really be one with nature, and you learn all these amazing things about the ocean, and all these amazing things about putting good food in your body, and all that, right? And so that's kind of what I lost myself in a while. This person, I think, is finding themselves. They're finally figuring out stuff, right? And then you got I left when I saw you with someone, and the Strength card is on that card. And I think that this person, I think deep down they felt like you weren't going to find anyone else, right? And And either you haven't, and maybe you might maybe just out with a friend or something like that, but they definitely, what they want you to know is that they left when they saw you with someone because they, I think, were hurt, and not because you hurt them, but because they know they fucked up, pardon my French, but they know they screwed up, right? I mean, when the divine sends you someone and you don't pay attention to that, and you choose another soul over that person, like, wow, right? So I know that I crossed the line with you, and that's the Eight of Swords card. And that card is, look, this girl, this person's got a mask on, they're wearing red, and they got swords all over them, and they know that they know they screwed up. They know they screwed up. They know they did. They should have, I don't know if when they saw you, they walked away or whatever. And then the Death card came up because they're the ones, I think, that ended the relationship. And now they know that they're never going to find anything but you, even in this karmic person who's pretending to be someone that they're not, because they always show their true colors, usually in 6 months. And now the Page of Pentacles is not just about abundance or money. It's about this. It's a page. This person is a page. They're not a king. They're a page. So they're still confused. They're like, I don't know. So that means this person is still a page that you're dealing with. They're not a king, right? But you did come closer than anyone because you love them the way that they never experienced. And when someone's been loved in a way they've never had before, they do not know what to do with it. They get very scared and they run and they shut down and they go back to that person, or they find a person that's exactly like them, because then they don't have to change. They can stay status quo, right? Not think, just kind of do whatever. But I think that because of this trajectory and because of what happened with this person, that definitely is a third party, you know, that you know, they're definitely with the karmic. I think that because this happened, I think that this is why it's time for them to heal now. I think they're realizing that they made a huge mistake. And Seven of Cups came because I think that they're on their verge to coming back to you. But they still have some healing to do, right? Right? So, I mean, I guess my suggestion for you would be to just, you know, live your life, you know, find out what you want for yourself, find out what you choose, what you want to do, what gives you purpose, what gives you hope, what gives you light, you know, what gives you that awesome feeling inside that, you know, makes your belly laugh, right? You know, maybe that was your divine masculine. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he made your belly laugh, you know, and then you guys were getting super close, but like either there was a distance, or, you know, something happened that confused that person and they really believed that there was someone else out there for them. And, you know, and isn't it interesting how, and think about this for a second, isn't it interesting how when you do meet somebody and you do go through some stuff, after you break up and you finally figure out, okay, well, it's over, now what do I do? It's like, that's when you take your power back. And that's when things, if you haven't noticed, that's when things start opening up for you even more, because you've learned the lesson and you've said, no, NFM, no effing more, right? Because you have big goals, you have stuff happening for you, you've got some big stuff going on, right? And that's awesome. Congratulations that you're not allowing somebody else to tell you what you can and can't do. This is your journey. This is about you, no one else. I mean, do you want to be with someone? Of course, everybody wants to feel love. Everyone wants that, you know, feeling of being with someone. Everyone wants that feeling of, you know, feeling like, you know, you found your person. But you can't truly find your person until you truly love yourself. And that is the hardest part of this journey, is loving yourself. The hardest part of this journey. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this definitely was one of your twin flames, I feel, because you got the mirroring card. So, like, you guys were mirroring each other a lot, you know. And this card says, oh, I can't read this. What does it say? It says, Reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. Yeah. So that's what it is. So it's twin flame. It's the twin flame, right? And this person, your twin flame, is at a loss of words right now. They're not even sure what the hell to say. They don't know what to do. They're so lost in their material world. All they care about is material things. They don't understand. I think they're finally figuring out, like, you know, material things don't bring you love. They're things. Things don't give you that love in your heart space that we all desire and want. You know, things don't do that. And that's why the mirroring card came up. And then journaling, if you're writing, I don't know if you're writing in a journal or you're not, but this is how I healed in every way, shape, or form. I started journaling. In 1993, when my dad passed away. My dad was in a wheelchair my whole life. He got hit by a drunk driver when I was 1. So I never really knew my dad he was a mess, you know, and I started journaling, and that's how I started, like, getting my thoughts down on paper. And once I got my thoughts down on paper, like, I could say whatever I wanted to, because I was really talking to myself, but I didn't. I wrote Dear God or Dear Dad or whatever. I tried to disconnect from this world so that I could heal from the death of my dad. But during that time, I also healed from the death of myself, so I could rebirth myself. I could rebuild myself. And I think a lot of us are in that point now, where we're doing that, where we're rebuilding ourselves, you know. And then we got the control card, and look, it's a couple. I think that this has to do with the fact that there is going to be a reunion for sure. I don't know when, but I think that there's going to be a reunion. I think this person is realizing that you can't control another human being. You can try. You can try to control another human being, but you can't. You shouldn't be in a relationship where you're afraid to living in fear that your person is gonna be with somebody else. And you know, and you definitely shouldn't be in a relationship with someone where they're making you feel bad about yourself, or they're putting you down, and they're making you doubt who you are. Like, and if you don't know who you are, and you haven't done what you need to do to heal, and you haven't done all the work, then yeah, you're definitely not gonna. It's gonna be hard for you. I'd be lying to you if I told you it wasn't, because it is. It's hard. It's the hardest thing ever to be able to facilitate a new journey when you've done the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't know why. And then when you finally realize why, you're like, whoa, why did I do that to myself? But if you haven't learned the lesson, you meet someone else, and then that person could be very similar. It may not be the same person, because maybe you dated someone for a couple years and they were a narcissist, and so you're like, oh wow, I know what a narcissist is, I'm not going to date that person. So then you meet somebody new, and that person is very similar, but wow, they're so much better, only to really realize that later on that they're the same type of person, just in a different box, or a different body, or a different form, right? So then that ends, and then you meet somebody else, and that might be a little bit quicker, but if you haven't noticed, it's quicker. So maybe it's 2 years this time, then you learn the lesson after 2 years, and then you meet someone, and then maybe it's 10 months, and then you learn the lesson after 10 months, and then finally you meet somebody, and the same thing starts happening, but instead of waiting to the 5th and 6th and 7th red flag, you start seeing it right away, and you're like, no, this is not going to work for me, and you say, I'm done with this. Like, that's where you have to be able to rise above and to ascend into the 5D, because that just means, look, I know who I am, and I know what I want, and I'm not going to let anyone ever make me feel less than, or make me feel like I'm not worth it, because you are worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it, and you are worth 150 million more of it. You're amazing. You're beautiful, you're kind, you're compassionate, you're genuine, right? You're gifted. You're love. You are love. We are love. We are here to share love, but not at our expense. Not at our expense. So, with me, take a nice deep breath in, put your hand on your heart space, and breathe in. And say, I love myself. Breathing in. And say, I love my body. Breathe in. I love my soul. I trust my body and I love its wisdom. I'm going to pray for you a little bit, okay? Now that I'm done my readings. So put your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in. Let's see what Divine has for us. That's so nice, isn't it? All right, guys. Peace. Have an awesome night. I hope you liked my video. If you did, if you could like, share, and subscribe, that would be so awesome. I want to be doing lives because I want to be able to talk to you guys and connect with you guys. And that's why I'm calling myself Whispering Angel Healing. And I'm starting a new radio show. And gonna have, so far I have two. I might have another one. I'm not sure. And I wrote my books, which are all available on Amazon, called Messages from Your Inner Child. And look them up. My name is Susan T Ouellette. That's the name of my books. I'll be back. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. If I don't see you, enjoy it. Take some time to breathe in and breathe out and know that you are 100% worth everything and so much more. All right, guys? Love and light. Take care of yourselves. Peace.